Welcome to Alpha Theory. Consider this your spoiler warning. So, I wanted to raise the question if Jon Snow being brought back alive is because Shireen was sacrificed by Melisandre in Season 5, Episode 9. In Game of Thrones, there's always this theme that everything comes at a cost. For something good to happen, something bad must also happen. We see it all throughout the story, from sacrifices to sayings like, only death can pay for life. So can Shireen's death be the price that was paid for Jon Snow's life? When Shireen is sacrificed, it was to melt the snow so Stannis could attack Winterfell. But they were also trapped by the snow. The melting of the snow gives the illusion it is to move forward, but in reality it was to move backwards, back to the wall. Melisandre says that her lord commanded that she do it. She assumed it was for Stannis to march forward, but prophecy and visions are never as they first seem. Also, Shireen is of king's blood. It would make sense that the death of one person with king's blood could lead to the life of another person with king's blood. Jon Snow. The amount of magical energy people have seems to be limited, since Melisandre was only able to make one shadow demon with Stannis. So it is very possible that the sacrifice of Shireen recharged her magical batteries. And it is important to note that during the sacrifice, Melisandre never asks the Lord of Light for Stannis to have victory or to even melt the snows. All she asks for the Lord of Light is to lead the way. While at first Melisandre starts to lose faith in her god due to Stannis' sellswords leaving and Stannis' wife hanging herself, and there being no realistic way even for someone as devoted as her to see Stannis having a victory at Winterfell, it is important to remember she asked the Lord to show her the way. And that brought her on the path back to Castle Black. And who was at Castle Black? Jon Snow. The Lord of Light did the very thing she asked for. The snow melting all around her just gave the false impression the sacrifice was for Stannis and his troops, especially since the snow melting is what Stannis wanted. It is highly important to note that prophecies in Game of Thrones often hold true. They just do not hold true in the ways you might expect them to. Let me know what you think about this theory, and if you think it is possible. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you liked my theory and you would like to see more theory or review videos on Game of Thrones or other shows.